Let's go. We are back with another episode of the Eavesdropping Houseguests podcast. I'm Jesse, and that's Matt. And this is episode 13.
Wow.
Whoa, and it's a Friday. Friday the 13th.
Yeah, technically, I guess.
Yeah.
It's I'm really trying to just take it in because I feel like the season has just gone by so fast. Like it feels like we just started this and we're like working out like how this works and how we go about making the eavesdropping house guests. And now it's one of the last episodes and we only have one more week of Big Brother. Like what?
Mm-hmm. I was like trying to write down like what we could talk about, and there's not a lot of stuff. Like even when you just see like them doing the eviction and it's like Jag, Matt, okay, we're done now. Like
Yeah.
no, we're nearing the end.
Yeah, like my misplay this week is like not that exciting because there weren't really any like
Yeah.
big things that happened that was like, oh, how do they not do this?
Yeah, we're almost at the end, and I mean it's been a great journey the whole way
Yeah.
through. You
I was
know,
glad we finally got some I mean, I'm sure we'll talk about more of this later, going out of order, but I was so happy to finally get some jury content.
oh, of course, of course. There's nothing like some jury content. But yeah, before we talk about the jury though, let's talk about you and what you've been up to.
Just Montclair State playoffs are going on right now. The men's soccer team is in the finals, which is going to be happening tomorrow night. I'm calling volleyball tomorrow, so that'll be fun. And basketball season is starting up again, so excited to do some play-by-play for that. But it's kind of calmed down for me. My schedule has lightened up, and now I'm starting to think about like all the games that I've done and all the sideline reporting and on cameras, and trying to think about what I want for my reel to send out to different companies. But I'm definitely going to keep putting that off for as long as I can.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll drop it. Next episode, we'll drop a trailer of Matt's demo reel.
Dude, I don't have that.
That's gonna be Matt's diary room next week is his demo reel.
Oh my gosh, that would be kind of sick.
It would.
Anyway, I am hosting a game show again on Tuesday.
What?
And so
I'm
yeah,
sure
that's
the
gonna be fun.
game show has like an incredibly unique name. Tell me.
No,
What is it?
it's titled RHSN the show.
What? That's pretty sick.
Yeah, Red Hawk Sports Network the show. It's kind of bland, but it's named
Is
after.
there in the name, is it hosted by Matt or no? Is that not in the name?
No, but in the theme song, if you watch the game show, we have like a little like intro, and it says, "And your host, Matt Boucher."
Oh,
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah.
yeah. No, I've seen it. I've seen it. And I'm sure most of our fans have seen it too.
Yeah. Right.
Link and link to watch will be somewhere on Matt's social media. I'm sure he posts about it.
Yeah, at Matt Boucher on Instagram. Follow me. But anyway, my life is kind of boring, but you're a famous news reporter up in Rockford, Illinois. Was
What
this
can
a
I say?
was this a good week for you?
This week was a very, very exhausting week. It was a long week. A lot of just like every single day was just like the longest, most work done. And it's like it's rough because it's like a lot of times I'm waking up for work like an hour before, which is terrible planning, but I'm waking up like an hour before and I go into work at like 1:30 p.m. So it's like I shouldn't be waking up an hour before, but I am, and I like will be like, all right, I'll get lunch sometime at work. Like, okay, I'll eat sometime, or like I'll get everything together that I need to later on. And it's just I never have time for that. It's just so much going on. So I'm
Yeah.
so glad to have the weekend. I'm so glad to be able to do nothing but edit this podcast and post it. And then yeah, did you see actually, I think 2 episodes ago, no, last episode when I posted it on my story, did you click the link by chance?
No.
It sent to the last episode 11. And so when I post on my story, I'm like, we're up to episode 12. and then you click a link in episode 11. And I'm like, why is this not like, this shouldn't pop up?
Yeah.
And I saw my personal YouTube. I posted the episode on my personal YouTube, and it was like up for like 2 days. And I was like, oh snap, okay, my bad. But yeah, so I wish there was a way to just transfer account,
Yeah.
but I had to like upload it, re-upload it.
Oh, that's annoying.
Unbelievable. But also keeping up to date on a little storyline. My parents and brother and sister still don't know
Oh my
I'm
God.
home. Terrible family. Terrible. Why am I even going
What
home?
are you gonna tell them or are you gonna surprise them?
Oh, it's gonna be a surprise. I've told a lot of cousins and grandparents because I like, if I go home, I know I'm gonna see my family, but like I might not see my cousins and grandparents. So I have told them, and I'm hoping it doesn't get around. But
Yeah.
no, and every time I'm on the phone with my brother and sister or like mom and dad, I'm just like, I gotta tell, like it'd be so
Yeah.
cool to tell them right now, but
Yeah.
I think the surprise will be better.
Yeah. No, I love like that feeling when you know like you can surprise them and make them be like, what?
Yeah. 100%. 100%. But like, dang, like it's a while.
Yeah. 3 weeks? 2 weeks? 2.5 weeks? 3 weeks?
1, 2, 3. 3 weeks. That's not that bad.
Yeah.
It's not that
No
bad.
way.
3 weeks. I see
Let's
you.
go.
Okay, that I come home on that Friday. Oh, Big Brother will be done by then. We could do like a postseason episode.
Wow.
Like that would
Just
be
go
our,
through like our favorite moments.
yeah, like something like
That'd be
that.
sick. In
Okay.
person.
Let's go.
Wow.
Dude, it'd probably be like so much harder for us technically wise. Like for right now, we just like hop on Zoom
Yeah.
and press record. We're gonna be like,
Yeah.
yo, it's better off not in person.
I'll get some stuff from the cage at the school account.
Oh, clutch. I'll bring stuff home from the station.
There you go.
Yeah, I actually have a mic and camera, so I should be good. I
Okay.
should be good for the angle on me. I don't know about you, but
Oh, that's gonna be so much more editing.
yeah. All right. Well, we might do
Anyway.
that. Comment below if you think if we get 5 likes on this video, we'll think about doing it. And Matt has agreed to edit if we get 10 likes.
Oh my God. All right.
10 likes, bro, we're gonna get like 3. So don't worry.
What if we're at 9? That's gonna make me so anxious.
Yeah, I'm gonna create 10 YouTube accounts. Yeah. But okay, so only 4 people left in the house.
Wow.
Crazy. But Cirie goes home, kind of like a main character of the season,
Yeah.
survivor, and has a son in the house.
Yeah.
Goes home on her bestie's HOH. Man, what? How did that
Wow.
happen? Someone's gotta what? How
And
does that happen?
it's crazy because there was like a 4 week stretch whereas like Cirie is dominating this game and like she is in the best position in the house. And so it's so funny to look back and see how things can change so quickly. But the fact that it came at the hands of literally like one of her best friends in the house, it's kind of brutal.
Kind of brutal, I'd agree.
But
especially, oh my bad.
Very good. I don't think it was really Matt's fault. At this point in the game, like you have to put 2 people up. He wasn't gonna put up Jag. And like the fact that he chose Cirie over Bowie Jane, it was like just showed his allegiance was more towards Jag and Bowie Jane than it was to Cirie, which is fair. But Cirie kind of did to herself. Like you gotta win the
Yeah.
comp. And so like Matt like did most of what he could. Like he tried to keep her off the block. He did say to Jag and Bowie like that, like he didn't want to put her up, but came to a point where he did all he could.
Yeah.
And good for Matt to finally get that HOH win. Let's go.
He got the veto, I think, the week before, maybe.
Yeah.
And then HOH. So yeah, back to back wins. And then who got the veto?
Yeah.
Jag got the veto. Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And it's So it stinks. I think this was the worst HOH that Matt could have won. And like this is one of the worst
For sure.
HOH weeks that could have been had. Because not only did Matt win an HOH, and now he can't compete in the latest one, which that HOH is like the best one because you can compete back to back weeks. So Matt won HOH and then also took out one of his closest allies.
Yeah.
And now can't compete in the latest HOH.
My thought is that he is in a good, like, yeah, no. There is a positive outlook for him in that he next week's HOH is not necessarily like in similar ways to this past week. The HOH doesn't really have the power. It's whoever wins the veto.
Yeah.
They'll be the one that just kind of gets to choose who goes home.
Yeah.
So I don't think it is the worst case scenario, but I mean, like, dang, Matt really had a bad week, in my opinion. Like,
Yeah.
I get it. You want to keep your allies close, especially if you can't play next week. But it's like Cirie's one of the people that would keep you safe over anybody else. Like Jag.
I'm so curious now because Matt's been at the top of your power rankings like last month.
Yeah.
Curious if he's still there, but we'll get there later.
Yeah, I mean, like he just had a really, 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 really bad HOH. There's no reason that unless Big Brother is not showing us what Matt is seeing, it's really tough because like Bowie Jane is probably gonna go for Jag. They got really close this past week. But and when you're in an alliance of three, majority rules. Matt's being the better teammate. Like what should have Matt done? Should he have nominated Bowie Jane and Felicia? Probably not. Jag, he's automatically enemies with Jag. So it's like even if he at that point you might as well nominate Jag, should he have put up Jag right away? My opinion, no, but like maybe I'm a little biased because I like Jag, but like I don't think he should have done that either. I think what he should have done was kind of put his foot down a little bit more and was like, guys, like, no, Cirie is not tougher than Felicia. Like Felicia, not for nothing, like is a tougher competitor than Cirie. So that argument is just strictly on like Bowie and Jag realizing, reality. And I also think that Felicia would team up with Matt over the other two. So I don't think it really necessarily matters that much. Which is why I think it's more on Matt here. Because if Matt really wanted to, I think Jag and Bowie would have folded and gotten out Felicia. Because we saw it kind of at the end of the season, at the end of the episode where Felicia was like, they're bullying you and stuff like that. Like Felicia's trying to make her way into, good graces for Matt. But, speaking of Felicia, she lasts another week in the house. Kind of crazy that she goes, I think 7 or 8 weeks on the block and 5 on eviction night. And I can't tell if she is just the absolute biggest floater.
Or I was gonna say, does she have
a great social game that she gets off the block, or every time she's up against someone who's a bigger threat in the house? Like,
does she have a chance? Like, if she makes it the final two, like, does she have a chance?
I made like the script today, and one of the questions at the bottom is, can Felicia win this? Because I don't even know. I feel like that's such a good question. Like, what it would probably come down to is she would have to win the HOH, take out a Matt and Jag, and then get to final 3 and take someone with her.
Bowie.
Or like the problem is Bowie won an HOH this week. So it's like even if Felicia gets to final 3, Bowie Jane, you could say, and let's say Felicia takes Bowie Jane might have a better resume at that point. 3 HOHs, never seen really the block before.
If it's Felicia and Bowie on finale night, I'm probably like gonna tune out.
Dude, we're ending the pod, bro.
I'm not gonna watch it. I'm not watching it.
Dude, that's what I tweeted out right after Bowie won. It's like, is Bowie really gonna win this? Like, she should nominate Matt and Jag. And somehow one of them, the thing is though, Bowie nominates Matt and Jag this week. Matt and Jag clearly going to win a veto. Let's say Jag wins the veto. He votes out Felicia. Bowie Jane is going home the next
Oh
week.
yeah.
So she also can't. Matt and Jag, bro, like this season was incredible up until Corey left. Because once that happened, Matt and Jag ran this thing.
Yeah. And everybody
So,
said
you
it.
think Felicia can win?
No chance.
Zero chance. There's no way it can happen.
1%. There's always a chance, but like she needs like to be doing the absolute most in these last 7 days. Like you said, like she needs to like be the one to take out one of Matt or Jag and then win another and take Bowie with her. Like if she can be the reason that she takes out Matt or Jag and then makes the finale night and takes one of not Matt or Jag, like she takes out the two strongest competitors all season long and like survive the block like Taylor did last season. Survives the block an insane amount of times, shows off her social game. She was at one point like one of the dominators of the house, and like the social game was she was able to stay off or not go home. And like a lot of that, I think, was due to the fact that there was always somebody next to her that was just like, we don't need to get Felicia out right now. We can just get out this guy or whoever.
It's like when you're on the block next to Cameron, did you really survive the block or
Yeah.
you just up there?
Yeah, no, exactly. Like
You just
sometimes you're just a pawn.
Yeah.
And she was
A lot
a
of
pawn.
times they overreact on like the pawn always goes home. The pawn always goes
I
home.
hate that.
And I hate that because Cirie, you're not a pawn. I know they told you you're a pawn, but it's like that's not being a pawn. You're the target.
Yeah. No, and I'm so glad you said that because I have the same exact thoughts. Like you're no, because they always say like, oh
yeah, yeah.
gosh, so annoying. Like you just have to be smart and realize like, all right, I'm a great competitor and I'm next to somebody that's not a great competitor and I'm in a better standing with the house that like if they're telling me I'm a pawn, I'm probably not a pawn considering who I'm up against.
Yeah.
Like yes, if I'm sitting next to somebody like Cameron and they say I'm a pawn, I'll believe you. But it's annoying that they think that. But yeah, the fact that Felicia has made it this far, she's gonna have to do a little something to get votes, but respect to her for being able to make it 93 days.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm curious who had a better game this season. Let's say Felicia goes home next week. Who had a better game this season, Cirie or Felicia, do we think?
Cirie had probably the less stressful season because she wasn't on the block 24/7. But also she was also looking out for her son, so that was probably actually pretty stressful. But better game, I think Felicia. Because I think Cirie had more going for her. The instant alliance with Jared and also her being on Survivor, I think that might have scared people like a little bit that they like didn't want to target her or they didn't want to make an enemy of her. And like they would always like Corey, like towards the beginning of the season was like asking her questions about being like people might have thought of her as like a celebrity more so than like somebody else that was in the house.
Yeah.
They might have just been looking up to her rather than looking at her. And so she might have had an easier time. And she also had the alliance with all the professors. And then she had Jared, who always had her back. And Jared was with the younger folk of the house. So she was able to have a relatively easy game. And Felicia didn't have as many commodities. So I think Felicia probably, and Felicia also had the HOH win. That Cirie, I don't think ever won a comp.
Yeah, I don't think Cirie ever won a comp.
Yeah.
She also never played in a veto, but she also never played in a comp. Like, and she never said one thing about throwing a comp once. Like, she was not throwing anything. Yeah. It always goes back to like, what do you value more? like going on the block 7 times and getting off, or never going on the block until you are evicted, on eviction night.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. I probably would give better game to Felicia just because she had to do it by herself.
Yeah.
I'm gonna like, and we can get into it right now, but she said that Jared caused her more stress, like hurt her game more than helped her game, and I think that is the most laughable thing. Like I
Yeah.
understand, like the only, and honestly, I laughed way more than every time I move. Does it like shake a ton, like on my screen?
No, I mean, there's a little bit. It was fine.
Okay, um, I like honestly before her interview, like so she says like, "Hey, I think Jared actually hurt my game more," and I like that's so laughable. Then her explanation helped a little bit in that like, oh, actually, okay, Red sticks around because you're better working with him. You keep more allies around. Okay, maybe she kind of hurt herself, when Jared was leaving, separating herself from Felicia, separating herself from Bowie. I don't know, but at the end of the day, I think it was helped her out immensely.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. I think it was BS that she thought that Jared hurt her game. Like
Mm.
I understand the aspects that like Cirie had to be a mom. Like she had to like early in the season, Jared was like, "Oh, we'll talk," and then Cirie was like, "Don't tell like people like in front of other people that you're gonna
Mm-hmm.
talk." Like she had to like teach him like in the house. Like if she didn't have that, then she could have just been an individual rather than having to think about him. But having him helped her a lot because she was able to know so much more things in the house than she would have if she was alone. Because Jared was constantly feeding her information and vice versa. So I think she definitely was helped more by Jared than she was hurt. So
Mm-hmm. Now, where do you think went wrong for Cirie this week? Do you think she was always the target this week, or do you think like it was kind of like when I don't know, like what do you think?
I think where she went wrong was her or Felicia didn't win HOH. Like I think once one of Matt, Jag, or Bowie got that HOH win, that it was gonna be Felicia and Cirie going home. And I did think with Cirie's relationship with Matt that she had a better chance of staying. But ultimately, Matt, I said it before that he did all he could. As Cirie went wrong in the fact that she was just a bigger threat than Felicia was. And she went wrong by not winning anything. Like
Yeah, I
she
mean
had the chance to save herself.
hindsight's 2020 really quickly, but like they did not even need to make the final four with Cirie and Felicia. You only make
Yeah.
that final four to solidify in case they win an HOH. One, if they won an HOH, they would have voted you out. Two, they never even came close to winning a competition. So yeah.
Yeah. No, it was pretty much wraps for Cirie or Felicia once one of Matt, Jag, or Bowie won HOH. And there wasn't really anything that they could do just because they can't win comps.
And honestly, it's not even that. Like what I always give them credit for is their social game. And where they messed up is in some insane way, Bowie Jane would rather go to the final three with Matt and Jag than with Cirie and Felicia. That has to be the epitome of bad game, so like social play. Like
Yeah.
what?
I I would love to know why Bowie wants Matt. What if all right. What if this was Bowie Jane's master plan?
Please tell me.
She rides the coattails of Matt and Jag all the way to this point. And now Bowie has won HOH. She gets out one of Matt or Jag. And then she brings Felicia to the final two. Like she takes out Matt this week, and then Jag is like, "Oh, like me and you, final two," and she's like, "Yeah." And then she wins and is like, "Oh, I'm not taking you, Jag. I'm taking Felicia." Like this is all part of Bowie Jane's master plan.
Dude, like you Cameron thinks that, I think. I think Cameron is
Really?
trying to defend like um Blue said something about like Jack, like, oh, Bowie Jane is just doing whatever they say, and Cameron was like, no, that's the plan, like that's the plan, and like her plan and stuff. Like, I just need her to say that one time in the diary room. Like, say that
Yeah.
one time, say, hey, there's no way I go to final two with Matt and Jack, and then I believe you. But
Yeah.
even if that happens, it probably is accidental. Like,
Yeah.
Felicia accidentally wins a veto, able to vote one of them out, and then like Matt breaks his leg and can't compete in the final three, and Bowie Jane accidentally is like Matt, like I can't, like I don't even know. Maybe Felicia would have to take Bowie still, and then Bowie can win.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Dude, there's no way your mindset's to win this game and you bring Matt and Jag with you.
Yeah. No, agreed. And, like, there's no way that one of Matt or Jag makes the final two and one of them doesn't win. Like, if there's like, of all the possible scenarios of like Matt and Felicia, Matt and Bowie Jane, Jag and Bowie Jane, Jag and Felicia, Jag and Matt, like, of all the possible scenarios, if Matt or Jag is sitting in final two, one of them is winning it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, like, there's just no way that one of
Yeah.
Felicia or Bowie Jane, and the only chance that Felicia or Bowie Jane have is if they go to the final two with the other.
Yeah. Because even if Matt and Jag go separately, that's almost a bigger case for that person to win because
Yeah.
something happened. Something happened where the other
Yeah.
person cut the person off, and that's a sick move. Bowie Jane won an HOH. If Matt wins a veto and sends Jag home, that's on Matt. If Jag wins a veto and sends Matt home, that's on Jag.
Yeah.
And then, dude, it's literally the easiest final three of all time.
Yeah. Yeah.
For Big Brother fans, it's kind of rough because it's like it either goes from the easiest Big Brother, like the most boring, final three if you have Bowie, Jag, and Felicia. But like you also don't want to like have like Bowie or Felicia win this season. Like
No, please no.
We'll wait for a little bit. I'll talk about that after. Really quickly, last thing on Cirie. Do you think Cirie is still would vote for Matt in the jury?
I think so. It seemed like they left off in pretty good spirits. Cirie is upset at Matt, and rightfully so. Like, she didn't talk to him for a while. But I think she also has to understand that, like, a lot of the reason that she went home was because of Jag, and like he was more so the reason that she went home than Matt, and that like Matt would have done anything to keep Cirie there, but hurt his game, and he made the sacrifice of losing Cirie and benefiting from that. So, but like, I think Cirie has to understand that he did what was best for him, and that was taking out the better competitor.
Yeah. Cirie should probably if this moved if Cirie is the reality game show player that I think she is, she has only earned more respect for Jag because how do you get someone like Matt who is athletic, who is someone like who's a very good comp beast, who's a good social player to go against the right person here? And we talked about like he didn't have the say or whatnot. Matt, second closest person in the house was Cirie. He could have easily put a Bowie and was like, this is like a pawn situation or something like that. Like he can do that. He is a good player in this game. And for Jack to like we mess with Bowie about her HOH getting Cameron out and stuff like that. Like this is on that level. The only thing going against like for Matt is that he just like we said, he doesn't really have the say because Bowie and Jag are the ones voting there. But still, like, don't like Jag is incredible for his persuasiveness to be able to convince both Bowie and Matt to really do whatever he says. And now that we talk about Cirie and the jury, we'll talk about the jury segment. Amazing, love the jury. I always wonder, it's like the people in the house are like the bullies who vote out the people, and then you start to not like them, and everybody in the jury's all laid back. They're done with the game. They all love each other. So it's like
Yeah.
they're all so cool, like they're all hanging. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's good to see them all. And I loved what I saw. Fun,
Yeah.
and they don't seem biased or hateful, or they're just
Yeah.
hyped for how the game's playing.
I want a reality TV show of Corey and Cameron. Like I feel like that would be such like a fun like buddy cop show.
Mm.
Like they just seem like they always have such good banter. Um and like it's such a fun house right now with America there and Blue that I'm sure. And also one of the things that always stands out to me and when they show the jury is the script of like them talking about how they got out. It's like, oh, like yeah, I was going like this, but rather than me telling you about it, let me just show you. And then
Yeah.
it's like, wow, come on.
Yeah, yeah. Should we go inside and have dinner now? Like, yeah, let's do it.
And
Yeah.
I saw a bunch of photos of I think you saw it too, the of them in Halloween costumes and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Who took those photos?
Yeah. Well, they do have the bro, who did? Are they letting Jared in the house?
Oh, who took those photos?
Yeah. So the jury's sick.
Yeah.
I'm so hyped to know that they're gonna be super unbiased, which I really would love to see Jag and Matt in the finals, and I hope Matt makes it a little bit more competitive, because I think as
Yeah.
of right now I'm still very, very
Oh
firm
yeah.
I would win the game.
Agreed.
But if Matt can win a couple comps and make it a little more interesting, the way this jury would like deliberate on between those two
Yeah.
would be so much fun to watch.
Now, if Matt brings Jag to final two, like has the option to not take him and brings him, I think like that is a it's tough. I was gonna say because that's a plus towards Matt, but also if Jag is able to convince Matt to take him, like
Yeah.
that is unreal.
No, I think it would be a plus towards Matt. I do.
Yeah, but
Because
like
that's
also
Matt's MO. That's Matt's MO. Like
if
he's
Matt
that
takes
guy.
Felicia, it's cakewalk.
Yeah. Oh, he shouldn't take Matt, but I don't think it's against Matt, for
Yeah,
taking Jag. It's
yeah,
way tougher. And like Blue said that, I think in the house, or America said that, where it's like both of them think that they can win if they take the other person. And it's like, just take Felicia.
yeah.
Just
That's
take.
gonna be so interesting.
Yeah, I like it'll be so annoying though if like it is like Jag and Felicia, and like use like everything from the questions to like the like nothing's going to be serious. And if Jag, let's say, is able to win a veto, let's say vote out Matt, it becomes a super boring game. I always feel like the games are boring when I know who's going to win the game.
Yeah,
But Jag then makes himself, I think, into like one of the best game players we've ever seen, because if he can pull off a boring, boring finish for the rest of the way, like
yeah.
he really drew it up perfectly.
Theoretical. Bowie Jane uh takes out Matt this week. Then Bowie Jane wins HOH again next week. And rather than taking Felicia, she takes Jag. Does Jag automatically win it? Or does Bowie's reign of success towards the end enough to garnish any sort of votes?
Okay, so in that specific scenario, no, there's no way Bowie even comes close to convincing anybody that she would win. But what I do think is, if let's say Felicia wins the veto this week and votes out Jag, and then Bowie wins the HOH and is able to bring, let's say Bowie can win every comp after Felicia gets out Jag. Maybe, honestly, what if Bowie gets out Jag? Like, let's say we won't give her everything. Let's say Felicia votes out Jag, and then Bowie then wins HOH, able to,
Yeah.
or wins final three, whatever, and brings Matt with her. I think then she might have some votes, because at that point it's like like Matt has done really good, but he isn't like there's nobody I can look back on and be like, wow, Matt got that person out. Or
Yeah.
like Matt would just win off safety alone.
Yeah.
Bowie, on the other hand, would have gotten a lot of people out on her HOH weeks.
Yeah.
And if she is one to get Jag out,
Hmm.
now we're really talking. Now Bowie and Matt does become a really good conversation. And us yeah, it really falls under, is Matt just like that good of a guy? Because what else
Yeah.
does Matt have that never seeing the block as an insane threat that he is huge, but maybe that's more of
Yeah.
a floater than Felicia. At least Felicia showed her allegiance to everybody who was like your pawn, and she was like, all right,
Yeah.
I'll trust you and everything like that.
Yeah.
Matt never had to see the block because Jag was like, dude, I know this guy's not going to go after me.
Yeah.
He's not that good of a game player. He doesn't have the
Yeah.
killer instinct. I don't know.
I think one of the cons towards Jag that people are going to be thinking about is the fact that he literally is only in the game because of a superpower that CBS entered in at like
Yeah.
his dying breath, and Matt was able to save him. Like he was literally voted out 10-0,
Mm-hmm.
and he was managed to stay in the game. Like I
Yeah.
feel like that might be something that's like, all right, like this is a little blemish on Jag's record.
Mm. You're right, and I always forget that. But it's like one of the million things in this game that's like I don't know how to judge it. Is Jag sick for
Yeah.
getting someone to, save him in a 10-0 game? Is Jag sick for being able to last the entire game after being voted out 10-0? Like, dude literally
Yeah.
had every vote and saved,
Turned his entire game around.
never saw the block again. So like it's tough to see how you look at that. But if there is going to be a blemish against Jag, it would be for that. Like I was wondering what you're going to say, because I can't really think of that many blemishes for Jag.
Yeah.
Um, he has been so smart. Like he was very instrumental in. I'll give Matt the credit for making that Final Four, but like if Jag doesn't make it so clear that he's closer with Bowie Jane, he's really making it smart, because he definitely is closer with Bowie Jane than Matt is.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. And they really made it seem like that in
Mhm.
that episode where like when Jag and Bowie were doing the jogs like around the backyard, and then Jag said I'm an Olympian, and then they did a replay of
Yeah,
Jag saying I'm an Olympian, and then they try to make it like seem like such a shot at Matt. And
yeah,
like I don't know if Matt actually would take that like the wrong way.
yeah.
Like it didn't seem like there's any malice towards that.
No. That's like what we would say to each other. It's
Yeah.
like I would be like, oh, I think like if I got a point for us in intramural, it's like I would be like, oh, I'm a varsity volleyball player. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I think Felicia was trying to find her a way for her to just like get in, or like so
Yeah.
it's like it is hilarious. She was like, they were insulting you. Oh, it was so tough to watch, because like then
Ah,
she of course says, you got to hear that stuff. And it's like, bro,
I can't.
yeah,
Like
now you're insulting. But did you see the stuff where it was like apparently Matt, Jag, and Bowie were really mean to Felicia in the live feeds?
really.
Yeah, but I also think that the people who watch the live feeds complain about everything. Like they
Yeah.
always got something to complain about. You say, yeah, no, they always got something to complain about. So, I don't know how much I really believe that. And it also depends if it happened before or after. Because if it happened after, and it's like Felicia's legit, like being like, Matt, they're insulting you about this, and then like being like you got to hear this stuff, and like it's not insulting. You're just trying to break up a friendship.
Yeah.
You kind of are not cool for that. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I
Um,
agree. And like Matt, like after that happened, he was like, I need Felicia out of this house.
yeah, yeah. Which is then I thought Felicia like really sealed her fate, and then honestly, like I totally wouldn't have blamed Jag for trying to do that, because at that point you realize that Felicia is going to go after Jag no matter what.
Yeah.
Cirie will too, but so will Felicia. And then I guess it goes off. Who do you think's going to win the next comp? If you had to put money on it, Felicia or Cirie is going to win the next comp. Who do you think wins?
Oh gosh. I Cirie, I guess.
Okay, I'm gonna actually take it a little bit, take back a little bit of what I said negative towards Matt's HOH, because at the end of
No
the
take
day,
backs.
at the end of the day, as much as it stinks to give up like your one of your closest allies, especially when votes matter so much, Cirie's not winning anything. There's zero chance
Yeah.
Cirie wins anything. There's zero chance Felicia wins anything. No chance at all. There was an HOH with three people in it. Bowie and Matt Bowie and Jag blew Felicia out of the water. Like it wasn't even close. And so yeah, it wasn't the worst week in the world, I guess. But we look at Matt and Jag, and I wonder to myself, how do they bring each other to the final two?
That's the $1,000 question, or the $750,000 question. I mean, I feel like they should, just for our entertainment value. Like,
Yeah.
come on. But whoever does bring the other, like that's another plus that they can say, was that like I stuck to my final two.
Mm-hmm.
And not many people can say that they do that. It's just, if you don't bring that person, it's such an easy win. Like if either of them bring Bowie or either of them bring Felicia, that's a free $750,000.
Mm-hmm.
But if they bring each other, then it's like they stick to their words. They don't go back on their friendship, because if Matt ends up bringing Felicia over Jag, like Jag's gonna be heartbroken, and like rightfully
You don't
so.
think Jag would vote for Matt still?
I think he still would. I just feel like he would be upset on like a personal level, but he has to look at it like a game. Like,
Yeah, and I think he would.
yeah,
I think Jag would very much look at it like that,
but he would still be
because,
upset.
I think Jag would know that he would win, or would
Yeah,
think that he would win. You know what I mean? Like Matt, I
yeah.
wonder, like, does he like? Because it. Okay, so what's the only reason Matt or Jag would bring the other person?
The only reason
Yeah.
they have the final two.
Oh, okay. You don't. You think if Jag thinks he's gonna lose to Matt and they still have a final two, he would still bring Matt?
Oh, so you
Like
you
I
think,
think at the end of the day, the only reason one brings the other is because they think they can beat the other person.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I mean? Like no matter what final two they have, it's like if Matt doesn't think he's gonna beat Jag, he's not gonna take Jag.
yeah,
So
true.
the thing is though, is like how does that person decide? They have to win competitions. So if they're winning competitions late and they have the chance to bring the person, now
Yeah,
they're thinking they can win. You know what I mean? They're
yeah,
like, I just won all these HOHs. I just voted all these people out. I can
yeah,
now bring that person with them. So I think we have a very likely chance of getting both of them in the final two. Especially because like if you go back in the history of duos and stuff, they do have a
yeah,
bigger allegiance than like most alliances.
yeah,
Like this, you could argue the second biggest alliance, like down. Nah, you got Cameron, Corey in America, but I mean, like let's say Felicia and Cirie, they were kind of at each other's throats for a lot of it. Cameron,
yeah,
Red, they were against each other for a little bit.
yeah,
It's crazy how these two kind of teamed up and have stuck through it. And kudos to Jag a lot, I think, because Jag really reassured him every step of the way. It was like, I'm gonna win all these comps and you're not gonna have anything to worry
yeah,
about. But I think we do see him. I think we both see him in the finals, and I don't see a scenario where we don't if they have the power to choose.
yeah. And I think, as it stands right now, like if they're both in the finals, Jag's gonna win. So Matt needs to do something. I think Matt needs to be the one to bring Jag, for him
Mhm.
to have a chance
Oh, for sure. For
to
sure.
beat Jag.
Honestly, if Matt isn't the one to get out Felicia this week and then also bring Jag to the final two, I don't think he should bring Jag. I actually don't know how much he should bring Jag. I
Yeah.
need to see how these 2 weeks unfold and really see, because like what does he go to? How does Matt, go to bat for himself in his speech?
Well, he has to say that one of the things he has to
He
say is
saved
that
Jag. he saved
Yeah,
it.
exactly. That has to be one of the things that like the only reason this guy is still here is because I saved him.
Dude, that is this. They really have lined up a perfect argument back and forth because it's like
Yeah.
Jag won all these competitions, but hey, bro, you would not be here. You were
Yeah.
eliminated from this game.
Yeah.
But Matt,
Matt could be like, I threw some comps. He could say that. Like he knew Jag was gonna win and that like he knew that Jag was gonna keep him safe and that he kind of hid under the Jag shadow that if anybody ever were to come after them, that they would go after Jag first because Matt had such a good social game that everybody else wouldn't want to go after Matt because he's made himself so personable. I think he also has to bring up the power veto comps, but it's tough to bring up comp wins when you're standing next to somebody that has like double the amount
yeah,
of wins that
that's
you
what I
have.
mean, right? And it's like
He,
socially, I guess you were better than Jag, but it's like Jag probably at worst is a top 5 social player this,
yeah,
you know.
yeah. The two strongest points that are going to be going for him, or like two of like his stronger points, is going to be the him keeping him in the game and him bringing him to the end.
Yeah.
Like just those two would be like the biggest for him. I know, but it's tough because Jag just stacks up so much more against him with the comp wins, and like it's tough to compare their social games because Jag made himself so close to Bowie at the end that
Like
like
if you're counting votes and stuff like that, like Bowie probably votes for Jag if
yeah,
no matter how it ends up. Like it
yeah,
would have to be a Jag. Like what really I wonder. Well, actually, I'll ask this question after. But yeah, you have to start counting votes, and I think you have a Cirie. Cirie would vote for her for Matt. I think
yeah.
I don't really know. I think they would just vote for Jag. I really do. Like, okay, now I want to if Jag is in the final 3 with Matt and Bowie Jane, does he throw it? And not have to make the decision and not have to so if he throws it and Matt chooses Jag, he has Bowie's vote. He can tell Bowie, like, I was going to bring you to final 2.
Yeah,
If he throws it and Bowie takes Jag, he automatically wins Big Brother. And he knows if Bowie wins, Bowie's taking him.
yeah. But I agree, and I think that would be smart. But I don't know if Jag can risk throwing it in the chance that one of Matt or Bowie Jane win, or obviously one of them will win
Yeah.
and not bring him. Like he has to be 100% confident that they bring him.
Yeah.
But like he's such a threat and has done so much that it would be kind of stupid for Matt or Bowie Jane to bring Jag.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh
Really?
my gosh. I
Realistic.
need these episodes. I need it to be Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday.
Jag realistically has the easiest decision. He can bring Matt. If he has the choice to bring Matt, he can bring Matt, and I think he wins.
Yeah.
Matt's the one who's got the tough decision. Bowie's got the easy decision where it's like, okay, who do I want to lose to? Because
Yeah.
she'll probably choose
Yeah.
Matt or Jag.
Yeah.
But Matt really has a big decision. Like if he wins the veto this week, he can send Jag packing and make
Can
it
you
so
imagine?
right.
I think I would probably cry.
Yeah, yeah.
Like watching that unfold, I think I would probably actually cry.
Like, oh my gosh, you like die a hero or live long enough to be a villain. Like
Yeah.
that.
Oh gosh, I can't wait for Matt to win it all. And then for us to do a flashback to literally the first episode of the Eavesdropping Houseguests when I say Matt's gonna win it all. Come on.
It would be cool if that happens, but I don't think it will.
You want to put Chipotle on it?
Yeah, let's do it. Alrighty. Next we got okay. Really quickly before we get into the fantasy scores and
We don't
stuff.
have to talk about fantasy.
Yeah, we do. So what are your thoughts on this season so far? Is this a question that we should save for next episode, or do we think you can answer this question now? Like, what are your thoughts on the season as a whole?
I I want to say that I think I want to answer this question next week because like this season could go so poorly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now, if let's say Bowie Jane wins the game, or let's say or let's say Jag is against Felicia in the chip, like you get two really boring, terrible finishes. Does that take away from everything that happened up until I'd say Cameron, or I'd say Corey goes home? Once Corey goes home, everything since then was kind of rough. But
Yeah.
until Corey going home, it's been every single week something pretty exciting, wouldn't you say?
Yeah. I think it just puts a damper on it because like when you think about like regular television shows, um, like the finale makes or breaks seasons.
Good point.
Like
Good point.
like the most recent thing that comes to mind is I don't know if you watched Secret Invasion in Marvel.
Mm.
I mean, like I enjoyed the first like 5 episodes. It was kind of slow, but it took a while to like get to like the climax. But the finale was garbage. So
Really?
now like I can't even enjoy Secret Invasion knowing how poorly it ended. And so
Mhm.
like that kind of makes me think about this Big Brother season because it has been so enjoyable. Like every episode of the Eavesdropping Houseguests, it felt like we were like, oh, like Big Brother just keeps topping itself. Like it keeps getting better and
Yeah.
better, and like it's so good. But if it ends and like Bowie, Jane, and Felicia are in the finale, like I'll literally throw up.
Hmm. Yeah, you bring up a good point. I was so on. No, this season's been good. No matter how it ends, it's a good season. But you're so right, and I think I said it like when Heisem or Riley went home. I was like, wow, this is such an epic week. But I will forget this has happened. Like it
Yeah,
feels like since years ago that
yeah,
Heisem, even Izzy, it feels like years ago went home. Like I
yeah,
don't even remember when Izzy and Cirie and Jared and were running the show. Like,
yeah. Is it kind of like sports? Like if you look at like an NFL season, like is like was this a really good like has this been really fun to watch? But it was like a horrible ending. Like if you think about like a Jets season, like a Saints season, like was it a really good season if they like lost in the playoffs? Like they
okay,
played so well and then lost in the end.
okay.
Like is that similar
I
or
think
is
that's a
that
bad example because if
yeah.
the Jets have a winning record this year but don't make the playoffs, I'll be very happy. Like
Okay.
I I think what I let's say let's say Arizona Diamondbacks won the World Series this year. The baseball season was pretty insane, a lot of really cool stuff happening. But if it's a boring World Series champ, it's like, dang, that's not a memorable season. That's
Yeah.
not like
Okay.
a good outlook on that season. So in that aspect, yeah, I agree, and you're right. That's actually I mean, dude, if we have a Felicia and Bowie Jane final, like this could go down actually as like one of the worst seasons on that aspect. Because like, how does
But
that would be
also, all right.
so bad, bro? That would be like the
So that
worst.
would be horrible, but also like who do you vote for?
Okay. That's actually yeah. I mean,
Like is it so bad that it's actually kind of good?
you're right. You're right. It's
But
like
no, it would be bad.
Matt is like turning a key, Jag turning a key, Cameron, Corey, all these like sick players turning keys, and it's like Bowie and Felicia holding hands.
Oh my gosh.
Uh Felicia and Cirie were a comp or two away from really being solidified as like good players this season. Bowie was one actual decision for herself away from making like being like really good this season. And yeah, that's really all there is to it. Is
Yeah.
there anything else you want to talk about before we get into these lovely fantasy score?
We can just skip fantasy scores.
So what was the score last time we did the math? So I was 8 to 5, 8 to negative 0.5, and
Yeah.
I won an HOH this
I
week.
also won an HOH.
How?
Matt. Oh no, that was last week. That was last week. Never mind.
But did we do the math for that last week? I don't know because we might not have found out by the time we
Maybe
did.
we didn't.
How did Matt win? What was the HOH competition?
I think it was Sunday's episode.
So we wouldn't have seen.
Yeah.
Okay, so then Matt gave you 3 points, right? HOH.
Yeah, but you got 2 from Jag.
Yeah, so I am at. Why did I get 2 from Veto? So I
Vito.
got 5 points in that week, so that's 13 for Jesse. And then Matt got
And neither of us had Cirie, right? So nobody lost points.
Yeah, neither of us lost
So
points.
you got 10 more points than me this past week.
I didn't get 10 more.
You got 5 more. 2 more.
You're at 2.5 now. So I'm at 13 and you're at 2.5.
Okay.
13 to 2.5. Wow, it's tight race. Tight race. Wow.
How much for an HOA or how much for the first place?
To win is 10.
Okay. All right. I need a
So
winner.
if you win right now, you lose by 0.5.
Yeah.
So I think there's 5 points though for second place.
Frick.
So as long as
Do I have Felicia?
We don't even know our team. Teams. I have to go back up. I have to keep going back up to like where we like initially did this to like look at the like what we have listed. Felicia, yeah, you have Felicia. You took Felicia 4th. Wow, you took Corey then 5th. Took America 6th. Bowie Jane 7th was a steal.
Yeah, she's been racking up points. That's a league winner right there.
Crazy, bro. And you know what's funny about that is that has like she literally in all of her competition wins has done absolutely zero to help herself win this game. It's really remarkable if you think of it.
All right, so I need
or actually, Bowie Jane, a better competition threat by a mile compared to Felicia and Cirie, and yet she didn't see the block this week. So is Bowie Jane playing a smart game, not getting on Matt and Jag's bad side? Is that not very good?
No, I mean it is. No, it is. But she's just floating.
Yeah.
Like on their coattails. But like respect to her. And she's not like all the other floaters because she's also been winning.
She's for sure the 3rd best.
Yeah. 100% the 3rd best player in this game.
Yeah. Maybe. She might not finish that. No, she's definitely
3.5.
Yeah, for sure. Speaking of, let's go into the power rankings. And at number 4 is Felicia. Probably no chance she gets past this week. At number 3, I got Matt. Dun, dun, dun. It's gonna be tough for Matt to make it to final 2 when Jag and Bowie Jane probably. I'm basing this off who would make the right decision here, and I think Jag or Bowie Jane take each other. And if Jag still takes Matt, he still loses. I mean, Matt still loses. So Matt is at 3rd because his chances of winning this game are very tough. Bowie Jane's at 2 because, I mean, she has to say this week, and if she brings Felicia to the final 2, she has a chance to win. Like, Bowie has to be at 2 here. Because I just think, not because I think she has a better chance of beating Matt, but because I think Matt has a better chance of going home.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And then number 1, I have Jag. Somehow, by far, the best player in the house and not the biggest threat in the house for most people. Actually, 50-50. No, I mean, like, Felicia's the only one who would go after Jag right now, definitely.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
I can't believe it.
The house is no. Do you think they don't know how to play Big Brother, or do you think that it's just like Big Brother's tough?
I think a little both. It's been a long season.
Nobody can win a comp, bro.
And like there were so many bad HOH plays. So we've talked a lot about Felicia, and I forgot to say that my misplay of the week is her leaving her toenails on Cirie's bed. That was the gnarliest part of Big Brother this season. Why are you chopping your toenails on somebody else's bed and then leaving between that and the carrying around food in the pockets? Felicia, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Dude. Yo, you led with this episode be talking like, oh, I didn't have a lot of like my misplay. I didn't have a lot of off. Bro, that is the biggest misplay of the season. If I can vote on misplay of the season,
In terms of game, that's what I meant by like
Oh,
not having
okay,
a lot
okay.
of options.
Dude, but bro, oh my god. There is nothing grosser than that. There was, and she laughed. She
Yeah,
laughed
she was cackling.
face, bro. And then like, and somehow taking a chicken wing out of a plastic bag out of your pocket is the second grossest thing that you can do. And I was saying, you know what's crazy? How her taking her fake tooth out once an episode is not even the top 3 grossest things of her, and that's incredible because that's disgusting.
Yeah. Remember when she took her tooth out right before getting pied?
Yeah.
Like she thought she was gonna get pied.
Did you hear Cameron like
Yeah.
video where she
Yep.
was like, I want lime, and he was
Yeah.
like, no.
No. Yeah.
Dude.
That was so
Oh my
good. I
god.
miss Cameron.
Yeah. Yeah. I miss him too. But nobody in the house does. They all called him a tool. So
Yeah, that's true. Wow.
dang. And okay. Also, I want to talk about what are we thinking about Matt referencing Riley as his girlfriend multiple times. Riley did take a picture with his mom, so is it a really big
I guess
joke?
he has a girlfriend now.
Is it a really, really big joke? Is it like really awkward every time you hear it? What are your things?
I'm so curious as to Riley's thoughts. Like when
you don't watch her live every eviction episode? Wow. Fake
does she
fan.
still do that?
I have no idea. I just know that from you. You
Yeah.
saying it.
Anyway, I have to know what her thoughts were when Matt was like, "Oh, I guess I have a girlfriend now." And Riley's like,
yeah. And like he even said it again in like in a different way where it's like I got a girlfriend waiting outside for me or something like that. And I'm just like, I really hope that like you're kidding. Like you're not serious in terms of like I definitely have a girlfriend. You know what I mean? Like see maybe what happened. You know, like and that's what I think it could be. Like it very much could be. It's just like oh, it's a very big inside joke, but like
based off the letter,
it's like 10 years ago, bro.
yeah, based off the letter that Riley wrote, like it seemed like they were gonna like try and pick things up, but like they didn't really have anything in the show. So I don't know. It's an interesting situation. I hope they can be together and hit it off.
I think that's a wrap on the episode. Nice.
I can't believe we only have like a few more sleeps until like the end of Big Brother.
Yeah. This Sunday, we'll know the final 3.
Wow. That's crazy.
So we'll have one more episode.
Wow.
Well, one more episode until the season ends, and then we'll take it day by day until we'll find it out next. If the video gets 10 likes, Matt will be editing a special episode at the end of the season. So stay tuned for that, and like, share, turn on notification bells. Also go to my own YouTube channel and subscribe to me in case I accidentally post it on there again. That would be
good call.
Rough, and then to not tell you guys. And yes, remember to tell us below everything you disagree with Matt about. And
so it won't be much.
Peace out, guys.
Love one another.